Sir, thanks so much for joining us today. I know you're a busy guy. Um,
Incredible.
Let me ask you a question. Describe the first time you met Ricky.
Oh, Ricky. The year was 1981. The place, Tampa Bay. The event, it was the annual Hot Pants Pro-Am tournament. I was a caddy to who actually ended up winning that event. A man who was known only as Daddy Longlegs. Rick was performing at the halftime show, and I was able to wait backstage and got his autograph after the performance.
What a story. How old was Ricky at the time? Like, was he like a six, a seven?
He was, he's timeless. Nobody really knows how old he is. That's the wild thing.
He's always 12. From the day he was born to the day he dies, 12 he'll be.
Yeah, well said.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. How did you first learn about the opportunity to be in Rick Astley's smash hit, Never Gonna Give You Up?
So there was a casting call listed in Variety for the bartender role. My agent saw it and was like, right away, this is you, got me in there. I actually wasn't the first one selected for the role, but after the first two applicants, the primary and the backup, they both suffered career-ending injuries during the backflip section. I was able to get bumped up the ranks, and I pulled it off.
That's tragic and at the same time inspiring.
Kismet. Yeah.
The more injuries, the better, is what I always say.
Well, you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet.
And if you break them doing backflips, so be it. Even better.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
I'd love to see the blooper reel for the video. I'm sure it's equal parts tragic and lighthearted.
So you were most recently in Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up video.
Yes.
Right, Shark?
Yes, that's right.
Is that what they called it?
Yeah.
That was the role, right, Shark?
Right, Shark. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So, first question, how did you find your way into being the backup dancer for Rick Astley's smash hit, Never Gonna Give You Up?
Oh my heavens. It's kind of a long story, but we'll just, I owed Rick a favor. We go way back. So I threw him a bone. I was actually on tour with Cher at the time. She was okay with me stepping out for just a little bit. No one else has the skills I have. I'm in, people want me. So,
One of a kind.
One of a kind.
Is that what you'd say about yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. What kind?
You should, the dazzly type, I mean, I can point my toes.
Let's see.
Like, you've never seen, do you
Wow.
see that?
That is incredible.
I mean, I don't like to brag.
What I wanted to know from you was, what was it like working with a 12-year-old?
So Rick, or Ricky, as he prefers to be called, is so mature for his age. You could really talk to him about anything. Trucks, Legos. He loves to play Mario Kart. So we really connected on a lot of fronts.
I told him I'd come to the music video, and I would see, what the other backup dancers looked like, if they were any good. And I was definitely better, so I didn't mind stepping in and pointing my toes. So, so I think that's kind of how I got there, was, I like to do the world favors and bless them with my skills, my artistic talent, so.
It's really, really generous. How would you describe the character that you played?
Sassy, fun-loving, obviously. Fiscally conservative, but liberal on the dance floor.
What did you do to prepare for this role? Inwardly, outwardly, extraneously, extracurricularly?
Right, yeah. So, when I first got the script, it didn't make a lot of sense to me because, at some point we're on a chain link fence, and then sometimes we're dancing near some arches, and then sometimes like in what appears to be like a Veterans of Foreign Wars dance hall. So first I was trying to find the underlying thread, and then I realized it's the passion and the soul of Rick Astley. And so when I was preparing to be cast as the backup dancer, I really tried to get inside his head of never giving you up, never letting you down.
It's okay.
So, thank you.
Breathe through it.
Thank you.
Or stop breathing. I hear that works. We'll just sit. Before you went on stage, tell us a little about what you would do to get into character.
Oh, it was a bear. Every morning before the shoot, Rick would gather the crew together at sunrise for an intense 4-hour prep session, primarily consisting of tantric yoga, several laps around the empty ballroom, and finally finishing with a light breakfast, maybe cottage cheese and egg whites, and some fruit, sometimes fruit. Yes.
Just a continental, similar to how he is.
Yeah, not intercontinental though. One continent at a time. One time we chose Antarctica and we just had ice chips. That was a long day.
We're going to get into the hard-hitting stuff. I hope you're ready for this. What was the best thing about being in this music video? And before you answer, think about it. What was the worst thing? Double-sided question, two-sided.
Best, I made some of my best friends for life. If you recall, the other dancer in jeans, we called him Mickey Jordash. I was the best man at his wedding.
Can you tell us more about that? What was that wedding like? I'm having a lot of mental images flooding my brain, trying to hold it all back, eradicate it, but it's not working. Tell us more about it.
Well, I technically signed a non-disclosure agreement, but all I can tell you is it made Disneyland look like the city dump. It was phenomenal.
So he really played into his first name. He had a Mickey-themed wedding.
More Jordash theme. Everybody was in blue jeans. The bride, the groom, the other groom.
Rumor has it that on the set of Never Gonna Give You Up, you met a certain someone. Is that a fact?
Well, this isn't going anywhere, is it?
Only to all of Brandon's best friends.
Oh, okay.
And family and neighbors also.
Okay.
And anyone in their zip code.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't get to people or, Newsweek or anything. Well, yes, I did meet someone.
Tell us more.
I think it was his jeans that really got me. But he had some real sweet moves, really tubular personality, and I've never seen someone spin on their knees quite like he did. And
it's romantic, isn't it?
It's a turn on. Actually, we're gonna ask Rick to marry us.
Is that a fact?
I really liked his trench coat, Rick's trench coat. So if he wears that, as the minister, then we're set.
Is it like a trench coat themed wedding? Like, are you doing like a trench coat bridal dress?
Oh my goodness, these are great ideas. Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes. Okay, so I think we'll probably have to go with that. As long as there's a chain link fence.
Right.
You know?
Right. You have standards.
Oh.
Sticking with a theme.
Right. How we
Exactly.
met.
Right. Pay homage
That's exactly.
to your origins.
Yes.
When this came out, there was no YouTube. There was no.
I mean,
What did you do to get the
MTV
video out there?
was 3 years away. So, you know, I really just went for it. You know, Rick was really busy in junior high, and so he didn't have any time for this. So I took a little team, the other dancer, and she and I went out. We visited nursing homes, and we went to, volunteer groups and homeless shelters, and like anything we could do to get the word out. And, you know, I think the numbers speak for themselves.
So now we need to hit on the alternative. What was the worst part about being in this video? Were there any worst parts?
Fame is a double-edged sword.
Indeed.
I mean, to this day, I can't even go to the bathroom in some parts of Glasgow. Just
What?
you just learn to carry around a Sharpie with you everywhere because, I want an autograph. We need an autograph. Okay, all right, form a line. But sometimes, I'm out with my family, trying to have Applebee's in peace. And
When you went to the nursing homes and the street corners and the back alleys and the dungeons and the basements and all the places, you didn't have portable DVD players. Would you do it, your dancing, in person so you could see the passion? What did you do?
Great question. Unfortunately, we're legally bound. We're not allowed to perform those same moves without the express written consent of Rick Astley. And so, you know, we would kind of do some things that gave them the spirit of what we were doing, you know, like that kind of thing.
Anything else like similar?
Well,
But I don't want to break any contracts, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. I don't need another lawyer calling me, but you know, I think we had an AV car. We would just load it up in the van. We would take it out and just share that joy, you know, because like I can't keep it to myself. That's not fair.
You don't want to put your light under a bush, a bucket.
No.
I just want to circle back real quick. You said it's real tough going to the bathroom. Does the bathroom present a particularly difficult time of the day for celebrities?
I think it's just the paparazzi. They're everywhere.
They hang out in bathrooms.
Everywhere. Especially bathrooms. You may have heard the phrase, like, get caught with your pants down. That's literally what they're looking for. That's what prints the papers. The funny papers. Not so funny now, is it? A lot of people don't realize that.
When you were preparing to do all the spinning that you did, what kind of exercises and warm-ups and stretching was involved with that?
Yeah, great question. So
yes,
I
thought
really,
so too.
you know, I really fell back on my training. I am classically trained. I am a proud graduate of the Apache Junction School for Fine Arts, where for 15 solid months, we trained like the devil. So
With the what's about the devil?
well, his name is Devin, but anyway, it's a long story.
Now we're gonna think outside the box here. What kind of person is going to relate most to your character?
Man. I'm thinking the class clown, cool guy, prom king. If I had to distill it down into one single person, probably the Fonz from Happy Days.
He's gonna love this character, the Fonz.
Arthur Fonzarelli. Rest his soul.
Your primary audience.
Yeah.
Now, think it through. What kind of person is going to truly hate your character?
Potsy, also from Happy Days. Maybe Ralph Mouth.
You know, I'm so lucky because I minored in spinning, and that's what's really called for in this video. I mean, I've known other people who've ended up in the hospital because of excessive spinning, and if I hadn't had that training,
Breathe through.
I'm not sure I'd be sitting here today.
You could have broken a butt.
I'm sorry. Vertigo is really serious.
So, no doubt about it, you are a celebrity, front page cover stuff. But besides yourself, what other celebrity would you like to see tackle this role?
I could see Tom Hanks. Maybe a young Willem Dafoe if he hit the gym a little more. Maybe Jack Nicholson. I mean, it takes a certain type. Tom Jones. Tom Selleck. Anybody named Tom?
So, with regard to all the spinning, what motivated you to spin? Do you just like to see your world in 360 really fast, but not take anything in and walk away with nausea? Like, what is it that draws you to spinning, and what were you drawing upon when you did said spinning?
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, you know, in this day and age, it's what people want. They clamor for it. And as hard as it is to do it, my dedication to my fans just knows no bounds. So I will do whatever it takes to, spin without falling down, to, keep a vacant look in my eyes, because they expect no less from me. And I set really high standards for myself.
You're a true professional. So you are dedicated to your fans.
Absolutely.
And to what lengths have you gone? Like, have you visited fans in prison and gone to their conjugal visits? Have you reached out? Have you paid for college tuition for some of your deepest fans? Like, what lengths are we talking about? Like, I just want to get really specific, like the nitty gritty.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, after this video came out, the mail just started pouring in, and to their homes, because I really wanted to let them know that this video was coming out, and so much of it got returned.
We're going in deep. What is the last thing you say to yourself right before that curtain goes up?
It's the same 3.5 words I live by. Power, courage, booty shorts.
I'm going to put that in a frame.
It's 3.5 because the shorts are very short.
A lot of the mail came back, so I just, I took it upon myself. I guess you would call it like guerrilla marketing or something, but I stood on the corner holding a sign in a guerrilla outfit so people could know that the video was coming out. And, I felt like I really resonated. I think I got people's attention. There were a lot of honks.
So, it's been nearly 35 years since this hit was made. Can you believe it?
Not a wrinkle inside.
No! What opportunities has your role in Never Gonna Give You Up opened up for you?
Oh my goodness. I'm recognized wherever I go.
Is that a burden?
That's kind of a burden, one we all must bear, those of us in showbiz. But I think the biggest thing that it's done for me, let's see, I got to be on Jerry Springer once.
Is that
was really
fact?
fun. Yes, it was really fun.
What was
Mickey
the
and I
show
had-
they were doing?
Oh, well, rough years. Mickey and I had a few blips here and there. There was a love child of some nature. We all got it worked out.
That's great to hear. I'm glad.
Yeah,
Did
no,
Jerry
no.
help sort it out for you?
Jerry's awesome. Yes, those paternity tests, I swear by them. They're great.
Oh,
So,
gosh. So you've been able to ride the wave of the music video, you'd say.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's on the set of MTV quite often.
Just getting snacks, or can I get personal?
Yeah, of course. I'm an open book.
Personal finances?
I'm not an open checkbook, but I'm an open book.
Tell me the truth. Are you really never going to give me up?
Hold on, I need some Fresca. That's nice. I have a Fresca sponsorship. If I'm lying, I'm dying, Rick. I got you. Till the end of time. Or until those royalty checks stop flowing in, whatever comes first. Makes the world go round. Money, love, friendships, the crisp taste of Fresca.
Is it worth pointing out that that's not Fresca, or did you run out?
Any ship in a storm. That's what Rick would always say. Like that one time we were in a terrible storm on a ship. Any ship in a storm. I'd do it all over again. I would do it all over again.
Wow. Wow. That's something.
Yeah. Well, maybe not the sailing with Rick Astley part, but everything else I'm in. 100%. 110.
112? My next question is, what other roles did this opportunity lead you to for the future?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, like anyone, I assumed that this would launch my career, that the phone would be ringing off the hook. And unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet.
But
I'm
it's
still
only
waiting.
been 37 years since this was recorded, so there's definitely still time.
Totally, still time. And I'm really hoping that this remake is a revival, you know, that it brings more attention to those of us who have worked so hard for so long and have had to just take part-time jobs, like one right after the other, waiting for our big break, you know. So I'm just...
It could happen any day.
Oof.
Any day. It could happen Tuesday.
I'm available. Not after 6.
I guess I haven't really kept in touch with Carson Daly or
All right.
any of those new young
Jenny
ones.
McCartney.
Or Jenny. Well, you know, but it's fine.
There was that whole incident with the slapping.
Oh, right. I mean, if she's not into the confrontational slapping,
Then why are we here?
what is this about anyway?
What is this all about? I'm going to get a little serious here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Did you know right away that this production would be the butt of endless jokes for decades to come, or did it take a while for that to sink in?
I'm not quite sure I follow. If you're referring to Rick's blazer, all I can say is it's not for everyone.
Before we finish, are there any messages you want to give to the youth of today who may watch this video and say, what happened in the 80s?
Right, right. You know, my message is really simple, and this is what I say at all my speaking engagements, which is just keep spinning. Unless you have vertigo.
It's really powerful.
Then don't.
Don't do it.
No. But,
So it's a double message.
Yeah.
Keep spinning. Please don't keep spinning.
right,
You choose the one that works for you.
yeah.
It's like they always say, to really know someone, just talk to them. Just ask them questions. Read their mail. Go dancing in an empty ballroom with them. We've all got a story like that. I have several. Well, 2.
Brandon, happy birthday. Happy big 4-0. You look great. Thank you. Thank you for being the inspiration. We couldn't have done this without you. I'm never gonna give you up.
Copyright. Hold on.
Never gonna let you down.
Think it through. That's all you're allowed to say.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Brandon. 40 was my best year. I did all the wonderful things when I turned 40. I met all the best people, and I basically was everyone's favorite. So I know
I'm glad to see that you know that.
yes. I think it was the same for 41 and on, but it's definitely 40. And I know these things will be the same for you. So
It's a magical time.
rock on, Brandon. Love ya.
Brandon, happy birthday, bro. We love you so much. We hope it's the best one yet. If you want a signed copy of the shorts that I wore in the filming, just drop me a line, hit me up on the website. I can send you a 10% off code. Happy birthday.
You guys ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Don't laugh. You get the butt clench. More clench. Bigger clench. More clenching. There we go. Now we're talking.
Don't tell me you're too blind to see.
Fancy stepping. Fancy stepping. Fancy stepping. Fancy stepping.
Guys, we're gonna get your toes soon.
Okay, and go.
Understand, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, turn around, desert you, we'll say goodbye, hurt you.
And you do donate to the Vertigo. Hold on. You care deeply about Vertigo. I've heard that you are a donor to. What is it?
I've made it my life's work
You.
to help children and dancers and child dancers who suffer from vertigo, specifically from spinning.
It's really kind of you. That's big of you to give back. You've given so much. How much have you given? Tens?
I wouldn't want to put like a dollar figure on it. That wouldn't be appropriate, but a lot of my heart. A lot of my heart.
Yeah, and you
Goes
don't
there.
want to give money so much as time.
I wouldn't want to put a dollar figure
But if the
on.
dollar figure was, it would be 85.
So it's
It would be 85.
it's really hard to put into numbers.
It's
So
hard
I
to put
wouldn't
numbers
want to do
into
that.
words.
And feelings.
Into numbers.
Numbers. And then into words to tell you.
Never gonna tell a lie. Never gonna tell a... I might tell some lies. Wait a second.
All right.
You wanna see?
Go ahead.
What? I don't... You're counting backwards.
I don't understand backwards. You have to count.
Whenever you're.
So, did we cover all the training that you did at the Apache Junction School of Fine Arts?
Yeah, you know, I was so lucky because I minored in spinning. And that really came into play with this video here because I've known people who have ended up in the hospital because
We're rolling. Do whatever you think. That was perfect. You nailed it. Yes.
Some people don't get it. Some got it, some don't. You tell me looking at me which one I am.
Okay.
Spoiler, I got it. I got it.
One last thing, if you don't mind. Do you have any messages for the birthday boy himself? Anything you want to say to the man who is nearly an old man?
Brandon, first of all, happy birthday. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Yeah.
So
Was he involved?
no.
Yeah, but definitely.
Yeah, but
I think
he's-
you're right.
You know, he's the inspiration.
He's the spirit of it.
He's the inspiration, and I kept him in my mind in every scene. You know, I really tried to draw from his energy.
That was a lot of you thinking about someone else's husband.
Yeah, yeah. And I still do. So.